Nevada to talk about the importance of the passage of this legislation, not just extenders that are good, I'm sure, for both the state of Nevada and Washington State as it relates to sales tax and R&D tax credits and county payments and a whole variety of things, but most importantly about these renewable energy credits, in which we are trying to change the focus in the direction of our country by really unleashing the power of the solar industry in our state to help create, in our country, to create about 400,000 new jobs. So we do want to get on to this package, and I do want to thank the leaders as well, Senator Reid and Senator McConnell, for trying to get this legislation on the floor. I hope that we can get through this last hiccup and actually get this legislation before our colleagues and get it passed hopefully today, because I think that that's how important it is to send this message out. And I certainly want to thank Senator Baucus and Senator Grassley for their perseverance in continuing to try to work through vote after vote on this so that we could have a package. But I want to say to the senator from Nevada, Senator Ensign, how much I appreciate his willingness to engage in this subject starting at really the beginning of this year, and understanding what the opportunity was to look at renewable energy and make sure that the tax credits were more predictable, more long-term certainty for businesses, so that we could take advantage of the manufacturing base that could be created in the United States. So I certainly applaud he and his staff for their perseverance on trying to come up with what has been a funding mechanism for this package for green energy tax credits, and in the last 2 weeks coming up with a breakthrough on exactly how to pay for them. So we are at this momentous point now where the bipartisan efforts of working across the aisle have paid off, and frankly, I think we need more of that, working across the aisle on some of these solutions so that we can actually move legislation. So I hope that we can come back and in the next few hours actually talk about some more of the specifics of this legislation, because it is really breakthrough legislation. We are, for the first time, giving an extension of the solar investment tax credit and fuel tax credit that will, I believe, change the investment in such a significant way that we will be reaping the benefits of that kind of generation of power to offset what we are currently doing on our grid today. We are also incenting new provisions in here for plug-in hybrid electric cars and helping that transition to make sure that people understand that our future source of energy and power for our transportation sector has a very bright future as it relates to giving consumers a tax break and participating in that transition and helping them drive what could be, instead of $3.50 to $4 a gallon power for their car in fossil fuel, instead $1.07 per gallon in electricity in what are hybrid electric plug-in cars. And Mr. President, there's over $10,000 in this legislation of consumer tax breaks and credits on all sorts of things, from home improvements to, for the first time, making sure that consumers, particularly in the northeast part of our state, get a tax break as it relates to moving off of home heating oil and onto a biomass product and wood stoves that will help us reduce costs in their electricity, in their heating bills in the future. So lots of breakthroughs in this legislation. I hope we get back to it this afternoon. I hope we can get our colleague from Texas to remove his objection and move forward on this important legislation. So I thank the President, and I yield the floor.
President. The Senator from Tennessee.
Mr. President, I congratulate the Senator from Washington, the Senator from Nevada, for not just for the product of their work, but for the way